Hey guys, so I'm back again today with another postpartum update. I am officially 6 weeks and okay, I cannot talk. I actually wanted to share a little bit in this video what I've been doing like diet-wise. I'll let you guys know how like Elena's been and myself obviously, but I've been getting a lot of questions because I actually posted a like progress photo on my Instagram and also on Facebook of sort of like how my body is doing, and I've gotten a lot of compliments from you guys, which means a lot. It's really encouraging to have the positive and encouraging words from you guys to keep going and things like that. So thank you all so much to those who have been like commenting and leaving really nice things. I have not been doing anything very crazy with my diet. I have been making a couple changes which have made a difference, I think, in my body so far. For new moms out there, maybe you're about to have your baby and you want to know tips for like being postpartum and sort of how to get a good diet going and sort of just like taking care of yourself, because obviously if any of you are thinking of breastfeeding, having a balanced diet is super duper important, not only to keep up with your milk supply, but you obviously want to give your baby good nutrients. You by no means have to be perfect with your diet, at least I haven't been, so I'm not like saying this to try and like shove anything down anyone's throat. It's honestly just what I've been doing, and you guys requested it. So for the most part, with diet and exercise, I am 6 weeks, and this is actually according to like doctors and physicians and things, the 6 week mark is when you can sort of start living life normally again. So like things like exercise, sex, all those things you can start doing again around the 6 week mark. I'd say I've been really just focusing on keeping a well-balanced diet and keeping up with water. As for food, I've really just been trying to pack as much fruits and vegetables as I can into my diet. I don't always do the best job at it, especially because it's hard to find the time to prepare food, and just being on top of all of it, especially when you're a new mom, is just a lot. I try to eat a lot of like spinach. Steaming spinach is really simple and fast. I kind of just throw it in the steamer, then put a little salt and pepper on it. You can put some butter on if you want to get some fat in there. But that's one of my favorite vegetables to eat right now. You can even make spinach salads with mandarin slices on top, some craisins, pumpkin seeds, some chia seeds if you want to go all out, and some balsamic vinegar. That's a really good way to get a good veggie serving. I really like Caesar salads. I like to add some croutons in and some extra veggies, so like cucumber, peppers, really just anything you want. That's the thing I love about salad, is you can just throw whatever you want in and it's delicious. And also the more you put in, the better. So salads are great if you just want to get like a quick veggie serving. So I like to have something like that with lunch and dinner if I can. If I'm kind of running short on time, I'll just do the steamed spinach at lunch and then try and do a salad around dinner time. So veggies are super duper important. For fruits, I've been eating a lot of sort of like apples, just quick things that I can snack on. It's not something I've got to really prepare. So apples, mandarins, you kind of just peel it and choke it back. Apples, mandarins, what else have I been eating for fruit? Frozen fruit, I've been having on yogurt, but I've actually cut dairy altogether out of my diet, so I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, just eating sort of like snack-like fruits and veggies. I'll also cut up some like carrot sticks, cucumber sticks with some celery and a little ranch dressing, just things like that. It's kind of quick and easy, but you're getting those nutrients that you need. So I really suggest to new mommies out there, and even if you're not a new mommy, just for anyone really, just to really pack those vegetables into your diet, because it does satisfy you. The more of it you eat, you can eat as much of it as you want and you will be fine. That's something that's good to overeat. So, say you're craving a chocolate bar. I've used this trick before and it actually really works. I mean, sometimes nothing will do but the chocolate bar. But, and there's nothing wrong with that in the first place. But, no, sometimes when I'm craving chocolate, what I'll do is I'll just go to the fridge and eat a vegetable, and it kind of just gets my mind off of it, and you're also getting that extra nutrients. So it's just kind of a little tip if you want to give it a try. Bananas, I love bananas, so delicious, especially if you kind of cut like a slit in it. My dad used to do this when we were kids. He would cut a slit down this, the section of the banana and then fill it with peanut butter, and we called it a banana boat. And I've always had banana boats ever since I was a child. It's like one of my favorite snacks. And even if you throw some raisins on there, peanut butter, as far as I know, is okay to eat while you're breastfeeding. I haven't had any issues with it. So, check out with your physician, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. Protein is so important, my ladies, like so important. You do not want to become anemic while you are breastfeeding, because your baby is getting everything. Your baby's getting like the fair share of your nutrients. So you want to make sure that you feel good, you've got your energy, because one thing that being anemic does is it makes you feel exhausted, and that you just want to avoid the whole thing in general. We're already exhausted from not getting enough sleep, and to throw being anemic on top of that, the exhaustion is nuts. So anyway, keep up with your proteins. If you can't cook yourself, you know, a steak or fish, you want to limit the fish, but you know, like a salmon a week, a serving of salmon a week. Chicken, you know, if you can't do anything like that, at least try and get some eggs in there, you know, just crack up a couple eggs in a bowl, throw a little milk in there, some of your favorite seasonings, whisk it together, and then throw it in a pan, and you've got a really fast protein serving. Or if you don't even want to do that, you can just throw it in a pot of boiling water and have hard-boiled eggs, which is like the simplest thing. I do that very often where I just don't have time for anything, and I just throw some eggs in some boiling water and you're good to go. Another thing for snacks is nuts, especially almonds, cashews, pecans. I like to get mine roasted with salt, just because I like that little extra bit of flavor, but you can get it just raw almonds and things like that, which is really good for you because you're getting it at, you know, its rawest form. I used to do that all the time, but I've just been liking that bit of saltiness to them. I think I hear my baby crying. She's downstairs with my mom. I had talked about going dairy-free on my Instagram and Facebook, and I know a ton of you have been asking. And let me just say first and foremost about going dairy-free. I'll be back. So for going dairy-free, the reason why I actually chose to do this was because I actually had noticed that her stool was a little bit mucousy, and also she was having like really, really bad gas to the point of just like screaming for, you know, like an hour or 2 hours until she was relieved. So I talked to the doctor about that, and she said it might be a lactose intolerance situation. So she instructed me to give, you know, soya try, or, you know, something like that, just because it was a possibility. So I decided to go completely dairy-free and just sort of test out and see what happens with Elena's tummy issues. So I've been dairy-free for 5 days, I believe it's been now. And honestly, the first thing I can tell you I've noticed, aside from like things going on with Elena, which I will move on to next, is that I feel less bloated. I almost wonder if I have a bit of an intolerance to it, just because like that feeling of just my tummy sticking out is like gone. It feels flat again. Honestly, I just feel like a little bit more clean in my system, and I just feel less bloated. So I think that definitely makes a difference in how I feel personally. I'm definitely not in shape yet. I just feel like I've lost a lot of that baby weight. I don't know numbers just simply because I don't weigh myself. I personally don't like to compete with a scale, so I just choose not to. As long as I feel good, I'm good. Yeah, but for exercise, honestly, I've just been walking with Elena in the stroller. I haven't been doing anything crazy or any sort of set workout routine. I could blame half of the way I'm feeling on carrying Elena everywhere and bouncing her up and down literally all day long. I'm bouncing her up like this, I'm swaying her like this, and pretty she doesn't like gentle movements, like soft swaying. She likes big sways, and she likes big bounces like this. So as I'm bouncing her, I crunch my abs, and I also do squats. So honestly, I try and just work out with her in my arms, and I've noticed a difference not only in my arms but also my abdomen and quads. She's just about 2 months old in 2 weeks, so you know, doing those larger movements aren't as like, they're still vulnerable, but they're not vulnerable to like the larger movements and things like that, right? When she was, you know, very tiny and brand new, I didn't do that. But now that she's a little bigger, I just do the large sways and the up and down, and really I just try and work out with her in my arms every single day. So anyway, so that's it for myself and sort of like diet and fitness type thing. I am actually starting to work out this week, and I'll sort of like do a different video on that once I've got a set workout routine. But as for Elena, she's been doing awesome. She's gaining very, very well. She's 11 pounds and 3 ounces right now, which is right on point for 6 weeks. One thing is that I actually had gotten a call 2 weeks ago about a something that came back a little iffy on her newborn screening, which was the test for cystic fibrosis. And if any of you guys know what cystic fibrosis is, you know that like as a new mother, I was like freaking losing SHIT because it's a huge thing, and it's very, very, very life-changing. So it was pretty scary for me. I actually didn't talk to anybody about it except for Matt. just because I didn't want to give any power to it. I didn't want to put my energy towards that sort of mindset. So I just kept on sort of like meditating on, you know what? She does not have this. This is not something we are going to have to live with. We ended up going back for another newborn screening test just to sort of confirm. And it came back that she is actually a carrier of cystic fibrosis. Being a carrier of cystic fibrosis, you do not experience anything life-changing. You don't have any symptoms. You don't have any problems through life. You're not somebody with cystic fibrosis, basically. But what it does mean is that when you're reproducing, so you're finding a partner, you're going to settle down and have kids, you, I guess, want to have that knowledge and know if the other person you are, going to reproduce with has or is a CF carrier as well, because then it will increase the chances to, I believe it is 50%, if I'm correct, that you will have a child with cystic fibrosis. You guys saw on Instagram that she was in the hospital recently, and honestly, it was like a huge scare that was kind of unnecessary. So there was like this huge drama. I called the nurse's hotline because I noticed her breathing was irregular. They ended up sending ambulance, and we just had this whole thing, ended up at the hospital, got sent home, and then a couple days later we got sent back to the hospital. Ended up being completely fine. She was just sick with a cold. So that was like a huge drama that really, as a new mother, it was really scary, but looking back, like, it wasn't as big as it felt at the time. She has been sleeping fantastically. I've actually been getting usually somewhere to 5 and 6 hours of sleep a night. It's pretty awesome. She's 6 weeks old and she's gone a couple nights sleeping like 6 and 7 hours. So she doesn't have anything set in routine just yet, just because she's still a little young, but she is sleeping very well. She gets up for feedings, but she goes right back to sleep. She's not one of those babies that wakes up and stays awake. She'll wake up, I'll feed her, change her, burp her, all that fun stuff, and then I put her to bed and she sleeps. She's a really good baby. She's very content. She's very happy, bright-eyed, batty-eyed, just a very interactive, smiley baby. She does have her days like any other baby where she just cries. She had a day like that the other day where it was just so overwhelming. I didn't know what to do with myself because all day long she was just screaming. She's crying right now, so I'm going to wrap up this video. But that's pretty much it based on like diet and things like that, and I just wanted to give a quick update on Elena. I will show you guys sort of like a progress of my body in the next video, but for now I'm just going to leave it at this. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next postpartum update. Thanks, guys.